live according to the Philip Choi method of the 2025 NFL season. This week it's just me and Marco. You heard him.
Let up beat.
I think that's gonna miss it for the camera. We're still working on our logistics here, especially as a two-man crew. Makes it a little weird bouncing back and forth. But we figured we'd hop on, do a quick one to recap the draft. I haven't talked to you guys in 3 weeks since pre-draft, and just see where we're at 3 weeks into the season after a little bit of carnage last week. Marco, how's it going on your end?
Good.
All right, care to elaborate?
Well, I did not just have a baby, so
yeah, can you hear her crying in the background?
No, but I mean, my world is relatively stable. So yeah, what's baby update like?
Well, today is day 0 of me and Emily being parents on our own. Emily's mom was gracious enough to come out here the entire time. She just flew home today. So it's been actually really easy for me. I saw Sturgill Simpson last week, played a round of golf. So it's honestly been a lot easier and more awesome than I expected, but I think I had the training wheels on. So we're about to find out what it's really like. But I'm still off all of September and October. I've watched every minute of every football game. So hopefully I can get the baby luck, which I think just means being able to spend way more time on fantasy football.
Yep. Yeah. I feel like the dad luck, groom luck stuff is like pretty inconsistent. I really wish there was like a straight line trend of like have a child win the championship or whatever, but I feel like that hasn't really been the case.
Yeah, we got a good test because PC had a baby just a couple days ago. Shout out PC, congratulations. He was a couple weeks after me, and Sam got married this year. So we'll see if one of the three of us wins.
Yeah, we got a lot of balls in the air.
Yeah.
That's right. That's for sure.
All right, so let's go back to the draft. I skipped it, as did Sam and Greg. So we had 3 proxies. Sounds like it was a blast. I heard all good things from everybody I talked to. Lake weekend's hard to go wrong. There's the plate.
Plate is like our flat.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you for superlatives, or what were we going to call it? Puds and studs. Tell me who the MVPs were of the draft. Is that vinegar? What are you drinking?
Close. I'll get that in a second. But yeah, the plate successfully made the journey. It's a little more wrinkled than it was before, but yeah, Flat Stanley, the plate lives on. I'd say we had like, I don't know, this might be way off, but I'm going to say a 90% adherence to avoiding the word 8 and just saying plate instead. And we had quite a few instances. This is all the headline is all plate related.
Okay.
Quite a few instances of people going from like 22 to 20 plate, just to be cool, really.
A couple overbids.
Well, I mean, sometimes it kept going, but sometimes it didn't. Anyway, so this is Pickle Aid. It's just a gallon jug of pickle juice that I got on the way to the draft, and I'm finishing it right now. Put a little whiskey in it, so it's like a little built-in pickleback.
God damn, dude, I just got goosebumps. I can't believe you're drinking that.
I figured it was the most appropriate thing for right now,
You're an animal. Okay. Were y'all bottle passing that at the draft? Was Chase like, what the fuck is going on with the AIDS and just the debauchery?
He also assumed it was a long-standing tradition that was like steeped in some sort of like layers of joke and stuff like that. Instead of just like 2 years ago, D-Mac wrote his stuff on a plate and we just yelled plate a bunch. Because he like forgot his computer charger or something like that.
Yeah, so, I think he was playing injured. He was at Clemson LSU the night before. He texted me at what it was like 5 a.m. East Coast time. Like, hey, I'm making the drive. I'm hungover as hell. I'm like, oh, great. This could go well.
And then the next year, he has his tech right or whatever, and he wins the draft or wins the league. So, But anyway, yeah. So D-Mac did a great job planning it. Seems like he's doing his best to not be planning it again this upcoming year. But I think it was a pretty good time. We passed 2 rules, both really important. I'll get to the more important one first, I guess, is that every draft the commissioner has to take a table.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I think the dimensions are at least 3 feet by 4 feet.
Mhm.
This was basically, there was a small end table, and we were like, what the fuck is up with this tiny little table? We can't, that's not a table. So we all decided that the commissioner should be responsible for making sure that we have a table. So, you know, that's to the commissioner. It doesn't say any individual person. It doesn't name any
rules. There was one of the 2 rules, whatever the other one was, something about the money.
This was the more popular one also. This one was, I think, maybe unanimous. But yeah, the other rule had a lot more debate and back and forth. But essentially, DMAC and I guess previous winners like winning the league, but hate planning the draft.
That's what it was.
And so the rule is basically that the winner still gets to pick the city and any other details that you want to put in there, but whoever gets last out of the battle royale has to actually do the logistics, planning, book the house, deal with the boat rental or whatever. We didn't want it to be Sacco because that person is clearly disorganized.
Y'all thought about this?
Yeah, figured the worst of the middle. Yeah, it was a real Congress moment. We were really doing legislating.
That warms my heart. I can get on board with that, even though these are really annoying, and I disagree with both. I love that y'all, argued, did a little, whatever congressional debate. That's my favorite part of the whole draft weekend. So
parliamentary, I'd say, actually, yeah.
Yeah, not every side's gonna agree with the outcomes. Just on the losing side this time.
Did you ask your proxy to make a speech in your stead or anything?
Oh, I should have, but I don't. I like I said, I think he had a flu game, so I don't know if it would have gone well.
Oh yeah. Wait, were you were Chase or you were?
Pace was mine.
Okay, yeah. Oh, because he had his draft before. Yeah.
Yeah, they drafted super early this year, like first week of August.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was a good time. We got an MVP and a Most Improved award. All positive for this part right now. So I guess I'll just go MVP first. Go ahead and the big one. It's funny because this guy has not been the MVP as far as fantasy managers go, especially rostering a retired former player. But yeah, Captain Dan Vasikrin, MVP. The boat was the most fun thing. Boat on the lake all day, fun ass time, great day. Actually, DMAC might be the MVP because of extra elements that make days on the lake more fun.
MVPs, I like it.
Earthly elements that maybe the boat would have been pretty fun otherwise, but it was really fun. Just floating around in a lake, on noodles. Yeah, but anyway, Dan piloted the boat, captained it admirably. Felt totally safe that we pulled up on a whole armada of boats with flags and stuff like that.
Oh,
Dan captained us, perfectly. Yeah, it wasn't that crazy, but it was a really high concentration.
But there was a party island or something?
I guess. I don't know if that's what they call it. But just a bunch of boats anchored at one particular point. And then all also facing the same way, which was the way that we were coming in. So basically, we were pulling up on 100 boats facing us down. But anyway, that's just how they were.
So I see why that rule was passed then, because this was the perfect test case for it, where DMAC did the initial and then Dan did the grunt work.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess Dan did reserve it also.
He did one thing, but yeah, I guess so. The going back to the other rule, the winner can do it all if they want to, right?
Yeah,
they just delegate as much as they want.
I can't imagine sixth place saying no. I have to. The rules say I have to do it.
Okay, I like that. And then who's most improved?
Oh, most improved.
God, it gives me the heebie-jeebies watching you drink that.
Donen. Maybe the best of best version possible. We got sober, pee-free, but also annoying girlfriend-free version of Don M, who is actually like participating with the group. And you know, I would say maybe let's not quite lock the door on P version, because there's still some fun in that. But man, he was cracking a bunch of jokes several times. I was like, "Oh man, go ahead, Don. That was pretty funny." So I'm gonna say that's most improved. Congrats, Ryan. Proud of
I
him.
love that.
Happy
Yeah,
for you.
that's great to hear. That sounds fun. I had some horrible FOMO the whole time. I was like texting Chase the whole time, like, "What's happening? Like, who'd you get?" So tough to miss it. This year I had a good reason. Hopefully I can win and bring y'all back out to Colorado. But that's good. I'm glad you were very positive. Let's get to another segment. I'm going to call it Two Puds and a Stud, where we get negative. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I feel like I was just giving the draft recap, so maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go negative first. And I alluded to it in my weekly recap. Do y'all like this, by the way? Does that do anything for you to get a little?
No one's gonna comment.
Okay. Like, comment, subscribe.
This is us in the group me. This is no one cares.
The fucking group me.
Whatever.
Group messages now. It's big enough. It's the Koreans, man. The Korean War, I think, is just gonna be like a slap fight.
It's the Koreans, man.
They're not doing well this year, and you know Sam didn't draft his own team. There was a lot of hype around Will, the legendary drafter. So maybe Sam's off the hook a little bit, but I did hear that there was a lot of communication going on. But we're going to do a little prediction later, but a spoiler, I think these two guys are going to be in my Sacco Bowl. They are just far and away the worst two teams this year.
You want me to do a pod now again?
Yeah,
yours.
Any puds as you want.
Okay, we're just back and forth. All right. So I think Herman's are a little more NFL based, or sorry, fantasy based, and mine are a little more NFL based. And by a little more, I mean just exactly that. All right, first pud, Falcons kickers. Man, kickers, I feel like have gotten so much better. Like they're one of the things that you can actually like track. It's like golf and kickers basically that you can track like an objective measure of improvement across time, right? Because like otherwise you have a defense that's also getting better.
Yeah, they showed a kick. In one of the games this weekend, they showed a kick, and it was like the longest kick of his career. And it was like 47 yards from like 20 years ago. Or something.
Yeah. The guys are just routinely making like 55, and it would have been good from 65. Just drilling them, and no big deal.
This weekend there was a 60 something for sure.
Yeah, and anyway, I guess this is kickers / kick blocking team. But going back a couple weeks, obviously Falcons kickers in particular. But yeah, I feel like performance, kind of fell off a cliff there for a little bit. I'm assuming it'll come back, but that was sort of the craziest aspect of this past weekend. But more on that in a little bit.
I don't want to step on your toes, but it's dark days for the Falcons right now. I had like I was struck by lightning. I think I was like shitting. And was like, oh no, we don't have our first round pick this year. And after the Minnesota game, I was like, this is awesome. It doesn't matter. After the Panthers game, I was like, oh my God, that could be a top 10 pick. This could be really bad. But enough bad. Let's do some good. My stud, talked about him earlier. PC, Paul Corson, new Papa Paul. We gave our daughters the same middle name, which is cool. And PC is 2-1. I think this is his best start so far. I think he's finally getting the hang of it. He's making good waiver moves. I really like what PC's doing. I know how much free time I have to play fantasy, so I think Paul has a little bit more time this year to read some articles, play some waivers, make some moves. So I like Paul's chances. I think we might see him in the Royale this year. So shout out, Paul.
Cool. That'll be good.
Pump his tires a little bit. Just give him a little double wrister.
I'll mention Paul later too in our. Ooh, man, just keep teasing. All right. Stud is defensive lineman who can run like 18 and a half miles an hour at like 330 pounds.
For no reason. You should have gone down.
Yeah, that was crazy. But man, where's the sports science on that one? What power? Just it's so impressive.
Off weight, right? I think he's walking around like 400. So now it's like someone took 50 pounds off of him. He could probably fly.
That's as impressive as like LeBron James getting like stuck on the rim or something like that, like hitting his head on the backboard. Like, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I'm not an NBA guy, but I will give you the NBA athletes are just the craziest freak humans on the planet. But NFL linemen are a close second.
No, NFL players in general are way crazy athletic, like because they can do it at like such a huge size. Like as soon as you see someone who's not also freakishly large, they don't fit.
Yeah, when everyone gets hurt and they have to walk the trainers out there, it's like, oh shit, those are normal people.
The shit that like NFL defenders do, where they're tiptoeing around sidelines and like making sure they like hit a strike zone and stuff like that. Like it's as like coordinated as a ballerina or whatever. And they're doing it at 200 plus or 300 plus pounds. Like it's crazy.
Wow,
they're by far the best athletes in the world. It's insane.
I like that pick. You got one more?
Yeah, but it's to you, right? One more Pud.
Yeah, I'll give DMAC one, just a little quickie for changing his team name. Seems like he I don't know. At first he kind of was like a little salty. It's like, I don't actually want to win, and his team might be a little better than he thought. And so we got a new team name change today. I like the direction he's headed. His arrow's trending up. So shout out DMAC for locking back in. I like seeing
that. Yeah. I guess that was kind of a week, but since you
that was super weak. Here I can spice it up. Oh wait, no, that one is true. I don't want to beat the Dan horse anymore. But yeah, rip yours, and then we'll just do some predictions and get on out of here. We'll keep it short this week.
Cool. Yeah, Dan's a putt for playing a retired guy, because that wasn't clear.
All-time moment. We're gonna remember that for a while. Dan had rostered a retired guy for a month and then lost a week by 0.6 points or something from starting
a retired guy, but just as bad starting an out player who was out for a long time before the game, and then losing by like a point or two. Like
the combo is all time. Yeah, it's just only Dan.
It's the worst mismanage it. Like it's like brushing your teeth while driving, but also doing it blindfolded.
Yeah, stabbing a hole through your throat.
My last Pud is the Texans run game. Get well soon, Joe Mixon. Man.
Is he going to play this year? What's wrong?
I don't think so. I think it's probably just a mascot this year. I really hope I don't get anyone else hurt, because then I have to make a tough decision about like keeping an actual player on IR or a mascot. But yeah, I'm going to say the worst and hope for the best.
I have some Joe Mixon stock elsewhere because we both are yacht possums. I don't know if you still are, but
I'm going to say that he was in a car wreck or some sort of incident with a motor vehicle and has
anything happened to his ankle?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he just comes back in 2 weeks or next week. Yeah, next week, I guess. Week and a half.
Why do you hate kickers so much?
I just think they're all the same, so it doesn't matter like about dropping one. Something else could happen during the week that it's better to have a different player.
You do this every week?
Pretty much. I mean, I might forget, but I think I will basically never ever say like, "Oh no, I wish I had that kicker." Like
I give more respect to kickers. Anyways, so I already told you how I thought was going to be in the Sacco Bowl. We're going to have a Korean War. Who do you think is going to be in the Sacco Bowl?
I'm going to say, despite free time, life still comes at you fast. Paul is in the is in the finale. I'm also going to say that DMAC overcorrects too hard and actually wins Sacco.
He did have a hell of a week, losing James Conner and CeeDee Lamb at the same time. That sucks. That's really bad.
So, yeah, that's what I'm calling right now.
And he's got Xavier Worthy too. Yeah, Jesus.
But 3 weeks of information is basically zero information. So
that's right. All right. I like that pick. I like those guys. And then conversely, I would love to see, and I thought I said this in my little weekly recap thing, our top 2 scorers right now is my co-host, Marco, and his mortal enemy, Greg. They got the top 2 most points scored. Even though Marco's 1 and 2, I think that'll even out. I think they'll combine together to have the greatest, most fireworks we've ever seen in a final ever. And my favorite, we get a virgin champion in that storyline. So I hope it's you 2 guys.
who wins? Oh yeah, who's gonna lose the Korean War?
Greg wins, and I hate to say Choi goes back to back, but damn, his team is bad.
Okay. I'm gonna say worst nightmare. Greg beats Herman in the final.
That's your least favorite scenario?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 for Greg. All right, so he's definitely not winning.
Yeah. Well,
trying to
hopefully that doesn't backfire. The reverse jinx.
All right, man. Thanks for hopping on. Keeping it short tonight. I gotta go be a father. Weird, right? We'll hop back on in a couple weeks. Hopefully something else hilarious happens. Dan, do something crazy so we can have you on and talk about it. And maybe we'll get a guest on next time. Be on the lookout for somebody to come on here and chit chat.
Yeah. Why don't you leave a comment if you want to be a guest?
Fuck yeah.
All you viewers. I'm serious. All you viewers out there.
I felt sarcastic. Yeah. We got 16 last week, guys. Let's try and get 20.
Herman, you should comment that you want to be a guest.
Oh, duh. Awesome.
If you're 3/4 of the views, then
yeah, I need to create some YouTube burners. Okay. We're gonna have way more views next week.
Can you imagine subscribing to something like this? Like, there's no frequency to the episodes, just random weeknight every 3 or 4 weeks or a year and a half.
No, I think the only reason we have more than 11 views is because like most of those were me rewatching that conversation about Donna and his girlfriend.
Yeah. I don't know if half the league watches it, but
I know I'm always tickled. Sometimes Chase and JP, I hear from other leagues that our fingers are spreading wide. So we'll see who watches this one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Peace, dude.
See ya.